Welcome to the Lovestead. Hey lovebirds, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica. Welcome to the vlog. It's Monday, March 27th at about 3 p.m. I'm taking a quick lunch break and getting this vlog rolling. In terms of reading, I'm reading 3 books right now. On audiobook, I'm reading When I Ran Away by Ilana Bannister. This is Sad Girl Litfic, and it's about this couple that meets on September 11th. And some of the themes that it's addressing so far would be grief and the unequal divide of cognitive and emotional labor in marriages. I'm loving it so far. Loving it so far. About 25% of the way in on that one. The big book that I'm reading, I don't have the book, but I've got the dust jacket. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is a young adult fantasy dark academia about a woman who goes to early admittance college in North Carolina and finds out that magic is real and joins a secret society that is magical. And I am like 100 pages into this so far, and I'm obsessed with it, absolutely loving it. I'm probably going to read this tonight because I had set it aside to wrap up a book that was due back to the library. So tonight I will read this, and then I'll be back to my every other day rotation of my big book and regular sized book. The regular sized book that I'm reading is 3 Keys by Kelly Yang. This is book 2 in the Front Desk series, and it is the March pick for the Middle Grade Appreciation Society book club, which is the book club that I host. I have not started this because yesterday I had just finished the book that was due back to the library. So I will start this week. This is about a family that are immigrants from China, and in the first book they end up in this hotel, and it's hard to talk about it without spoilers, but so they're running this hotel, and there's like this fun cast of characters of people that are regulars at the hotel who basically live at the hotel, and the things that Mia, who is the main character, gets up to with them. And it really does address a lot of important contemporary social issues like immigration and racism, socioeconomic issues like indentured slavery in the US, and a lot of different stuff. So first book was amazing. I read it in January. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm looking forward to getting into the second one this week. I'm just getting home from the barn, and I got 25% of the way into When I Ran Away, and it's so good. It's so good. It's exactly what I was kind of craving, the sad girl litfic. I'm glad there wasn't anybody else at the barn today because I definitely was crying at certain parts, like cathartic cries, but it really is about grief, and it's about motherhood, and it's about the unequal division of labor between husbands and wives, and not just the amount of work that women do to keep the family running, but like the emotional and cognitive load that women carry for their husbands, and just how infuriating and draining and terrible it is. And honestly, that's what ended my last relationship, was always having to carry the emotional and cognitive load. So I love it so far. I love it. Yeah, 25% of the way in. So most of the snow has melted already, thank goodness, because I want to go check my back garden and see if I'm getting any like tulips or anything like that popping up. Last year I planted, not last year, the year before last year, I planted 75 different bulbs. Like there was 25 crocus bulbs and then 50 tulip bulbs, and the tulips came up fine, but none of the crocus did. And so I'm wondering if it takes like a year for them to establish, and if I'll have any today. And I'm hoping that if they were coming up, that the snow we got today isn't going to like hurt them. So I'm going to go to the back garden and check, and I'll take you along to show you. tulips are definitely coming up. And you know what? I think I do see a crocus. I think this right here is a crocus. And so is this. That's exciting. Tulips. Tulips. Hello, lovebirds. It is Wednesday, March 29th, and I'm filming this update not really remembering where I last left you. I do know my last check-in was Monday, which was the first day of the vlog, and then yesterday, which was Tuesday, I had a really bad pain storm. If you're new here, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which causes fibromyalgia and a whole bunch of other chronic pain issues. So I had a bad pain storm yesterday. I think because our weather is changing, and spring is always kind of a difficult time for me. The temperatures go up and down and the barometric pressure goes up and down, and then I have like pain flare-ups. That kind of coincide with the changes in weather. So Tuesday just wasn't feeling great. So I don't think I filmed a single second of video footage. I worked, and then I did barn chores, and then I came home and I did homework, and I worked on my small business, some stuff for my small business, and I just did a lot of things where I was not doing anything interesting worth filming. And then I also only read a tiny little bit of 3 Keys, and I'm on page 21. So chapter 4. So far, I'm very much enjoying it. So that is where I'm at with this physical book. Monday, I did read Legendborn, and I got a decent chunk of Legendborn read. I'm still really enjoying that one. And then I also got about 25% more of the way through When I Ran Away by Ilana Andrews, and I am adoring this book. So this book, it's a little bit misleading in the description. It makes you think that the story is about September 11th, but it's not really about that. Like, that's where the story starts, but the story is actually about the burden of motherhood and the unequal division of labor between men and women in marriage, and how hard that is. And it's very well done. And it really addresses those themes so well. It also addresses like culture shock, because the main character moves with her husband from New York to London. And so the culture shock between the US and England, and like it deals a lot with class issues and classism and economic privilege, and the culture shock of going from a working class family to a middle class family, and like the guilt that comes with having, you know, your needs met versus really struggling to get your needs met, and like knowing that other people are out there struggling to have their needs met and are working really hard, just barely getting by while you are able to live comfortably. The guilt that kind of comes with that privilege, and it's great. It's heavy. It's very heavy, but I absolutely love it. Great piece of sad girl lit fic. I am 75% of the way through it now. I just listened to it for a while when I was out walking the dogs earlier, and then I'll probably finish it up in the next few days. So that's where we're at with reading. I got a little something in the mail from Target. Now, I am not a good fashion person. I enjoy fashion, and I enjoy like seeing people's outfits of the day and like how they represent themselves. I suck at it. Like, I'm not the person you want to follow for fashion advice ever. But the last purse that I got it from Goodwill, and it's starting to fall apart. And I took it with me to St. Louis this fall for my work conference, and I remember feeling so uncomfortable because it looked just kind of trashy. And so I decided to buy a new bag so that I have something that doesn't look as trashy, you know, should I need to go to work events or networking functions or things like that. So it is this olive green color that I'm kind of obsessed with. It's one of my favorite colors. So here it is, my new bag. And I know that some of you care about this stuff because other people vlog it and seem to really enjoy it. So I'm excited about this. It's the first bag I have purchased new, I think, ever in my entire life. I usually buy them secondhand at thrift stores, or I get them, you know, as hand-me-downs from people. So this is exciting. I have a nice new bag, and hopefully it will last me a while. I also got Critter Pops because I am fostering a couple of bunnies. So I'll introduce you to them at some point in this video. I need to clean up their little habitat today, so it won't be today. But at some point, I'll introduce you to my bunny guests because I'll be honest, there's a good chance they're going to end up just being mine. Right now, they're a long-term foster. But I'm not seeing any interest whatsoever from anyone in adopting these two. So I think they'll be here a very, very, very long time as fosters. But I did get them these little snackies to give them. And when I give them to them, I will introduce you to them. So here are the Bun Buns. This little guy is Comet. And then the black one is Mango. I just broke one of these treats in half for them. They're pretty shy. They came from a family of like 5 kids. Oh, it's good, huh? Good job, Mango. So they don't love being petted or handled too much, so I just kind of respect their space. And these are the newest members of Casa Lovestead. So I wrapped up teaching class for the night, and I'm going to watch one of my comfort shows while I read. Cheers. This show, I don't recommend it, actually. It did not age well. There's a lot of like misogyny and homophobia and racism and all the stuff that would not fly in today's world of media. But I love this show because it was my grandfather's favorite show. So when I watch it, it feels like I'm spending time with him. I have a problem. I ordered another Venus flytrap. Oh, here we go. So this is the SD Chronos, and the little fronds on it are supposed to get up to 2 inches when it's fully grown. So I just got a small one, but that's flytrap number 3. Y'all, it's almost as bad as buying books. So here it is with Pi in the background. Thank you. Thanks, Pi. No. Ah! All right. She's in her pot. She's escaped Pizilla. Little Pi's eyeing it. Don't you even think about her. She's pretty, though. I'm excited to see her grow. I'm going to go put her in some distilled water. Y'all are going to have to excuse my post-shower hair, but I am struggling so much with chronic pain right now, like this week, and even a little bit last week too. Like, I'm hurting so much, y'all. And it's just relentless. It's freaking relentless is the thing of it. It's just like the intensity and the relentlessness of it. March and April are my worst times of year for pain. Like, I just am freaking miserable. I hate it. And I'm venting a little bit. If you have chronic pain, I feel you. I wouldn't wish this crap on anyone. I really, really wouldn't. But I wanted to check in because it's Thursday already and I haven't finished a book. I thought I would have finished at least my audiobook by now, but I have not because I've just been laid up hurting. And when I'm not hurting, I'm like doing what I have to do to put food on the table and all of that. But I did today, before teaching class, film some videos. So I filmed my April TBR. Oh, no, that was it. Yesterday I filmed a shelf destruct video that'll be coming out probably before this one comes out. So I did film a couple videos for y'all before I taught my night class. Hopefully I will finish a book before the end of the week. That's a check-in. Bye. Hello, Orlando. Hello. Are you the handsomest boy? Yeah? Are you the handsomest boy? Are you rolling over for belly rubs? I can rub your belly. Come rub your belly. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, good lordy. I am freaking miserable. We're supposed to be getting some like really bad storms with like major tornadoes possible and hail possible and all that fun stuff. And this weather is trying to kill me. Like, I'm hurting so bad right now. Like, all of my joints are on fire and like something in my neck is pinched and I keep getting dizzy and I can barely walk straight. And like, I've got all of my emergency bags packed because every weather outlet is like, be prepared to take shelter and to lose your home in a massive tornado today. So, I've got the emergency bag packed. I've got the pet supplies and emergency pet plan ready to go. And I was going to go to the barn today, but my usual time of going out and doing stalls is like right when this weather's supposed to hit. So I think I'm going to stay home. Also, I can barely walk in a straight line. So staying home is probably what's going to happen. So the plan for the day, also it's Friday if I didn't say that. Happy last day of March. Yay. Also happy opening day of baseball yesterday. Go White Sox. That was Pippi. Anyway, I'll document if we get crazy weather as much as I am able to. But the plan for today is just to rotate between grading student papers, not dying, and reading. It's about 2:30 p.m. and this is the weather situation currently. Nothing too scary as of yet, but it's supposed to be here soon. Rah, rah, give me that, give me that, give me that, rah, 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 give me that, rah, 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 give me that, rah, 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 give me that toy, give me that toy, give me that toy. Oh, she is living la vida Maggie. Living la vida Maggie. Arr, 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 arr. I want it. I got it. Oh, she got it back. Hello. It is Monday morning, bright and early. I ended up finishing a couple of books, which is exciting. So Friday, I was miserable because of the weather. My chronic pain was so bad I could barely walk. and then we survived the tornadoes. Thankfully, there was no damage in my area. And, you know, I'm really thinking about the cities south of me that did have some damage. But we were really lucky. The power didn't even go out. So that was amazing. And then I basically just was recovering the rest of the week because it kind of took it out of me, physically and emotionally. Storms really, really scare me. So I was like very stressed on Friday. And so the rest of the weekend, I just tried to relax. I did chores. I spent time with my animals and I read books. So I finished the 2 that I was reading, not Legendborn, but I finished When I Ran Away by Ilana Andrews and gave it 4 stars. This was really good. I recommend it for anyone who's really interested in topics about like motherhood, postpartum depression, the unequal balance of labor between men and women in marriage. Those are the main themes of this book. It also really addresses traumatic childbirth. So if that's something you're interested in, I think you'd really love this. If it's not, you wouldn't. Like, I know a lot of people who are really like childbirth phobic and kind of like reading about motherhood and all of this is the last thing that you want to read about. So you would really hate this book if that is you. But it's really well written, and if those are topics that interest you, I think you should give it a try. Next, I finished 3 Keys by Kelly Yang, and this was absolutely lovely. What I love about Kelly Yang's writing is the way that they cover really hard-hitting topics, but it's still age appropriate. So this one really deals a lot with immigration and immigration policy, and particularly around issues of like getting deported when you're an undocumented immigrant. And it's very, very well done. It creates the tension and the anxiety that an undocumented immigrant may feel, but still with a perspective and the appropriate like age level of an 11 to 13-year-old child. So it's very, very well done. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it a little bit less than the first one because to me the pacing was a little bit off in parts. But that's just like a very picky criticism. Overall, it was really, really good. And I recommend it if you like contemporary. Even if you don't love middle grade, you might like this. I mean, it is, as I said, age appropriate. So if you're not into middle grade, you might not be into this, but I think most adults could read this and enjoy it. And I think this is a good one to like read to your kids if you've got kids. Yeah, a really good middle grade contemporary. And then in April here this month, I'll be reading the next book in this series for the Middle Grade Appreciation Society, which is my middle grade book club that I host. Please feel free to join us if you also love middle grade. I did pretty heavily tab it, but I'm going to save discussing these tabs for the live show that we do in May. That'll do it for this week's vlog. If you just want to let me know that you're here, you can leave me either the tornado emoji for the tornadoes or the bunny emoji to represent my bunny house guests. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!